From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy. Canada's Environment and Climate Change Minister, Stephen Guilbeault, says he's disappointed by some of the proposals at the COP29 meeting in Azerbaijan. Negotiations over how much wealthier countries will pledge to their poorer counterparts in the fight against global warming have overrun their Friday deadline. Guilbeault has been critical of the host country for tabling draft deals this week that failed to include previous international agreements to reduce fossil fuel dependency and scale up renewable energy. The executive director of Climate Action Network Canada says she's never attended a UN climate negotiation that was so clouded in uncertainty or so close to its deadline. The Liberal government's plan to temporarily cut GST on several hundred items throughout the country and put money into people's pockets over the holidays won't be an even deal for everyone. The GST cut will be greater in Ontario and the Atlantic provinces, where the provincial and federal sales tax are blended together into a harmonized sales tax. In Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and British Columbia, Canadians will be only relieved of paying 5% GST. Premier Danielle Smith says a well-connected train system in Alberta could be key to meeting her government's goal of having a $25 billion tourism economy. Smith told a forum in Calgary today that she sees a future where trains connect Edmonton and Calgary, airports to city centers, and cities to national park destinations like Banff or Jasper.
Every year, tourists flock to our province to experience the beauty of our mountain parks. And we see passenger rail as an opportunity to provide visitors travel options between our major cities and the national parks.
Smith says the government will have to have a plan by next summer on how to build the infrastructure needed for the high-speed passenger train system, which she says could take 15 years to build and will require a new government-owned organization to run the system. A jury found two men guilty of human smuggling in a case where a family from India froze to death at the Manitoba-Minnesota border. The court heard that Steve Shand and Harsh Kumar Patel were part of a ring that saw people walk across the border in freezing temperatures. U.S. District Attorney Andrew Luger says the trial exposed the cruelty and the greed of human smuggling.
Earn a few $1,000s, these traffickers put men, women, and children in extraordinary peril, leading to the horrific and tragic deaths of an entire family.
Some of the charges carry a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. Michael Bublé has been announced to host the 2025 Juno Awards. The 54th annual awards gala will get underway in Vancouver in March 2025. The organization also announced rock band Sum 41 will be this year's Canadian Music Hall of Fame inductee. Having been awarded 15 Junos for his own works, the announcement marks Bublé's third time hosting the Junos. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the injury-ravaged Toronto Maple Leafs have placed Matthew Knies on the injured reserve and signed fellow forward Alex Nylander to a one-year contract, recalling him from the AHL Marlies. Knies was hurt in a mid-ice check by Las Vegas defenseman Zach Whitecloud at Toronto's 3-0 home win on Wednesday. He joins captain Austin Matthews and four other Leaf forwards on the injured reserve. The Winnipeg Jets are in Pittsburgh to face the Penguins in NHL action tonight. The Jets enter the contest with a record of 16-3, good for a top spot in the league. Buffalo visits Anaheim in tonight's only other game. A civil jury in Ireland has found that mixed martial arts fighter Conor McGregor sexually assaulted a woman in a hotel penthouse after a night of heavy partying. The Dublin jury awarded the woman more than $250,000 US for her lawsuit that claimed McGregor assaulted her on December 9, 2018. McGregor testified the woman fabricated their allegations after the two had a consensual night together. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.